Breaking news. The political and corporate world has been shaken by explosive allegations. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett has accused Elon Musk of domestic abuse, announcing that she is joining forces with his wife to bring a lawsuit against the billionaire. Within moments of her press conference, the story spread like wildfire. Crockett did not speak in vague terms. She declared that the evidence points to a consistent pattern of psychological and physical mistreatment, not isolated incidents. And in a stunning twist, Musk's own wife has stepped forward to confirm the accusations in court. Reporters who attended the press briefing described the atmosphere as electric. Crockett entered holding a folder said to contain sworn statements from former household staff, private assistants, and even members of Musk's personal security. Multiple media outlets are already reporting that among the evidence are electronic communications, messages, and emails allegedly sent by Musk that paint a darker picture of his private behavior. There are even whispers of audio recordings capturing late-night arguments inside his California estate. The impact was immediate. Clips of Crockett's declaration began circulating across all platforms, amassing millions of views in a matter of hours. On X, the very platform Musk owns, hashtags demanding accountability shot to the top of trending lists. In the streets, protesters and counter-protesters clashed outside Tesla dealerships, some carrying signs that read, "No one is above the law," while others defended Musk as the victim of a political smear campaign. Wall Street also felt the shock. Tesla shares tumbled as nervous investors dumped stock, erasing tens of billions in market value in a single trading session. Analysts on financial networks openly speculated whether Musk could remain at the helm of his empire if the case proceeds. What began as a press conference has now exploded into a crisis that stretches from Silicon Valley boardrooms to the halls of Congress. The courthouse steps became the stage for a spectacle no one could have imagined. Jasmine Crockett, standing side by side with Elon Musk's wife, delivered a short but devastating statement. This case is about truth. No wealth, no power, no empire grants the right to inflict fear and pain behind closed doors. The image of the two women together was broadcast around the world within minutes, becoming the defining photograph of the scandal. Inside the filing unsealed by the court, the accusations are more detailed than observers expected. Musk is alleged to have engaged in repeated episodes of verbal aggression, intimidation, and physical altercations. The complaint cites testimony from household employees who claimed they were ordered never to intervene, even when arguments escalated. One former bodyguard described nights of unrelenting shouting and threatening behavior that left staff shaken. Another witness allegedly recorded fragments of arguments on a personal device, now submitted as evidence. The inclusion of electronic communications has drawn the most attention. According to Crockett's legal team, emails and text messages reveal Musk using demeaning language and threatening ultimatums. While their authenticity has yet to be verified in court, even the possibility of such evidence is enough to send shockwaves through the public and corporate spheres. Musk's attorneys quickly issued a response, calling the allegations baseless fabrications, coordinated to damage Mr. Musk at a critical juncture. Yet questions immediately arose. If the claims were empty, why had his legal team already filed motions to suppress certain pieces of evidence before they were even introduced? Reporters pressed the defense outside the courthouse, but the only answer given was that private family matters should never be weaponized for politics. What unfolded outside told a different story. Supporters of Crockett and Musk's wife gathered with placards demanding justice, while loyal fans of Musk chanted in his defense. The clash of voices mirrored the split in the national conversation. For some, the allegations confirmed long-held suspicions about the darker side of the world's most famous entrepreneur. For others, it was proof that political forces were targeting him to dismantle his influence. The political establishment could not remain silent for long. Within hours, lawmakers from both parties began weighing in, transforming the courtroom drama into a national debate. Progressive leaders praised Jasmine Crockett's courage, framing the lawsuit as a landmark moment in the fight against abuse of power. Women's rights groups rallied behind her, declaring that the case represented not just one woman's story, but the struggle of many who felt silenced by wealth and influence. But conservatives quickly pushed back, accusing Crockett of orchestrating a political stunt. On primetime television, commentators argued that the Congresswoman was using the lawsuit to build her profile ahead of upcoming elections. "This isn't about justice," one senator declared in a heated interview. This is about destroying a man who dared to challenge the political order. The word struck a nerve, sparking fiery debates across cable news networks. Meanwhile, the media frenzy reached new heights. Major outlets dissected every detail of the unsealed documents, scrolling through alleged messages attributed to Musk and interviewing former employees willing to speak on background. Late-night talk shows turned the scandal into satire, while serious investigative programs promised multi-part specials to dig into Musk's private life. At the center of the storm, Musk remained uncharacteristically quiet. For a man known for firing off unfiltered posts on X at all hours, the silence was deafening. Analysts speculated that his lawyers had forced him offline, fearing any statement could be used against him in court. Yet the absence of his voice only fueled speculation. Memes, rumors, and conspiracy theories spread unchecked, some claiming Musk had already reached secret settlements, others insisting the case would reveal the biggest cover-up in Silicon Valley history. Corporate boardrooms were not immune. Advertisers, already wary of X's chaotic moderation, began announcing suspensions of campaigns. Tesla investors demanded emergency meetings to assess the fallout, while whispers circulated that SpaceX contracts with government agencies could be jeopardized if the scandal escalated. Industry insiders admitted that the case had evolved beyond personal allegations. It now threatened the stability of Musk's entire empire. As the legal proceedings gained momentum, the weight of the scandal began pressing down on Elon Musk from every direction. Outside the courthouse, crowds swelled larger with each hearing. Signs demanding accountability waved beside banners defending Musk as a visionary under attack. The split was no longer confined to Twitter feeds or talk shows. It was visible in the streets, in boardrooms, in living rooms across America. Inside the courtroom, the drama intensified. New filings hinted at audio recordings allegedly capturing heated arguments between Musk and his wife. Though the tapes had not yet been played in public, their rumored existence alone shifted the atmosphere. Reporters described the hush that fell as Crockett's legal team confirmed they were prepared to introduce the material. Musk's lawyers immediately fought to block it, filing emergency motions that only heightened the perception that there was something to hide. For Musk, the silence that once seemed like a legal strategy now felt like a trap. Each day without a response allowed critics to shape the narrative. Editorials painted him as a man undone by his own unchecked temper. Advocacy groups staged vigils outside Tesla factories calling for leadership changes. Even allies in the tech world began distancing themselves, issuing cautious statements about taking allegations seriously. Pressure mounted as government regulators hinted at reviewing SpaceX contracts and Tesla subsidies, citing reputational concerns. Analysts warned investors that the empire Musk had built, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, X, could face an unprecedented collapse if the scandal dragged on. The once unshakable aura of invincibility surrounding him seemed to crack with each new headline. And then came the image that defined the moment. Jasmine Crockett and Musk's wife walking into court together, hand in hand, surrounded by flashing cameras and chanting crowds. It was more than symbolism. It was a signal that this fight would not end quickly, nor quietly. For the first time in his career, Elon Musk was not in control of the story. He was the story. And the question hanging over the nation was simple yet devastating. Could the most famous entrepreneur of the century survive a courtroom battle that threatened to rewrite not only his reputation, but his legacy?